Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, and this is A Better Life with Jen. If you saw my previous video, which I'll link, where I ate oats in every meal and snack for the day, I thought that would be fun again to do with a different food. So today I am going to incorporate rice into every food and snack for the day. Now the difference is I actually really like oats and oatmeal, lots of things with oats. I don't particularly like rice, or I should say, I don't particularly like rice as rice. So I'm going to incorporate rice in some different ways that are just your traditional rice. So of course, my pre-workout snack is usually my go-to Pop-Tart, which obviously doesn't have any rice in it. So I am switching that up this morning, and I am going with a Rice Krispie treat, which I absolutely love Rice Krispie treats. This happens to be a salted caramel Rice Krispie treat, and this is actually a mega size one. So I'll probably eat about half of this for my pre-workout snack and then have the rest later in the day for a snack because it is a little bit bigger than your normal Rice Krispie treat. But this is gonna taste great. It's nice and soft and chewy like Rice Krispie treats are. It has a great caramel flavor, which I love caramel. So you combine a Rice Krispie treat with caramel, and it is the perfect pre-workout snack containing rice. So I'll get my workout done, and then I will be back to show you breakfast, which will incorporate rice. So stick around with me today as we incorporate rice into every meal and snack. So it is time for breakfast, and I am going to incorporate cream of rice. So often I eat protein oats. I love protein oats, but obviously because I want to incorporate a rice product, I went with protein cream of rice today. So another hot cereal similar to oats, but just has rice. The ingredients are basically rice. So I have a serving of that in here. I'm gonna add some water, mix this in the microwave, and then I'm gonna add some of my favorite PE Science cake pop flavor protein, and then put a little bit of nut butter. This is one of the American Dream great flavors. This is Santa's Magic that I have when I bought a bunch around Christmas time. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that for the healthy fats. So I'll have the carbohydrates, the protein, and the healthy fats. It's going to be similar to protein oats, but just with a different carbohydrate base, and that is going to be the cream of rice as I incorporate rice into every meal and snack today. So I'll get this mixed up, and then I will be back and let you know how it turns out. So here we go. I have my protein cream of rice, which I have the cream of rice cooked. I added the cake pop flavored protein powder, and then a little bit of nut butter for some healthy fats to it. Very well rounded. So we'll go ahead and taste this and see how it is. It tastes really good. I can taste the cake pop. It's similar to protein oats, has a similar taste because I use the same protein powder. Although I would say the cream of rice is a little bit milder than oatmeal. With the oatmeal, you get a little bit of that oaty taste. This is pretty mild, so you really taste the cake batter protein powder. I really like it. Has a nice consistency, a nice texture. It's a little bit smoother than protein oats, but a very similar concept. Just wanted to do something that incorporated rice into my breakfast. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this off, and then I will be back with the next meal or snack, depending on how things go, that incorporates rice. All right, it is time for lunch. I'm gonna go ahead and make a super easy, quick lunch, but I'm going to incorporate rice. And the way I'm gonna do that is these crackers. So I found these, they're called Good Thins. They're gluten-free because they do not have any wheat in them. They are made with rice. This is the flavor of sea salt and pepper. And actually the first ingredient is whole grain brown rice flour, and the second ingredient is whole grain brown rice. So definitely incorporating the rice without actually having rice. I'm gonna pair it with some baby carrots because I always like to get a vegetable in. And then I have one of these tuna packets. If you've never had these before, these are great. They're super easy, quick, great source of protein. This little packet has 15 grams of protein in it. They come in various flavors. This is just a Thai kitchen sweet and spicy. So I thought that would be good to go along with this. So like I said, really easy. You can keep them in your drawer at work, keep them in the cabinet whenever you need a quick protein source. They do not need to be refrigerated. And then I'm just going to dump this out on the plate. Eat this with the crackers and the baby carrots. We'll give these crackers a try along with the tuna. Very good. The tuna definitely has that spicy flavor to it. I really like it. And the crackers have a really nice flavor. They're very crunchy. So they're really good. They're light, but very crunchy. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this easy lunch, and then I will be back with a snack later on that incorporates rice once again. Okay, so it is time for a snack before dinner. And once again, I am going to incorporate rice, or I should say a rice product. And I am going to use rice cakes. Now, I love rice cakes. I love the flavored rice cakes. I also actually like the plain ones. I love them as a vehicle for putting something else on. So plain rice cakes are great with a piece of cheese melted on them. Any of the rice cakes, the sweeter flavor ones or the plain, are great with any nut butters. And then I'm also actually going to use a caramel rice cake with some cottage cheese on top. This is great. I love this. I eat this as a snack regularly. So this is not just because I'm doing this video. So I really like the caramel ones. Some of the other flavored ones I like are the chocolate. I'm not a huge fan of the apple cinnamon, but then they also have some savory ones, which I have not tried any of the savory ones other than just the salted, but I've heard that the tomato basil is really good, so I'm gonna have to try that. So I am just going to take one of these caramel rice cakes, and I am just gonna take some of this cottage cheese, stir it up, and I'm just going to put some of the cottage cheese on top. I think actually I'm also going to throw some berries on it. So hang tight, let me grab some berries. I have some blackberries. Some blackberries here, which looked great at the store. So I think I've already washed these and put them back in the container, but I think I'm just going to throw a couple blackberries on there as well. And then we're going to give this a taste. The nice crunch of the caramel rice cake along with the cooling nice cottage cheese. Great snack. The caramel rice cake really comes through because cottage cheese doesn't have a ton of flavor, so it doesn't overpower anything. So really great, nice crunch, but the cool of that cottage cheese, great kind of summer snack. So I'm gonna finish this up, and then I will pick you back up when it is time for dinner, once again incorporating a rice product. All right, it is time to start some dinner, and the way that I am going to incorporate rice, or should I say a rice product, into dinner is using some rice noodles. So I found these Pad Thai brown rice noodles. So the only ingredients are brown rice flour and water. So it's basically just like rice. So I'm going to cook some of these up. I have in this bowl here some shredded cabbage, some grated carrots, and some sliced mushrooms. I'm going to cook these and then sort of pan fry them a little bit with the cabbage and the carrots and mushrooms. And then I have some chicken that I've already cooked that I'm going to throw in there, and a little bit of teriyaki sauce. So I'll show you how I do that, and then I will show you the finished product incorporating rice in the form of rice noodles with dinner. So here is dinner incorporating rice in the form of the brown rice pad thai rice noodles, just with the sauteed spinach or cabbage, carrots, mushrooms, and then some chicken that I already had. And then I threw on a little bit of teriyaki sauce. I thought that would be a nice flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a taste here. Tastes great. I do this same kind of thing with the cabbage and the teriyaki and some sort of meat frequently, but I really like it with the addition of the brown rice noodles as well. So I'll probably keep this on rotation. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this, and then I will be back to show you my after dinner sweet treat, once again incorporating rice. So stay tuned for that one. So I am going to go ahead and finish off my full day of eating, incorporating rice into every meal and snack with a little sweet treat after dinner. I usually finish it off with a protein bar of some sort, but tonight I'm going to change it up because I wanted to incorporate rice. So I happened to find these Jell-O, they are zero sugar creme brulee rice pudding cups. So like the Jell-O pudding cups, but this is rice pudding. So I thought this would be great to have one of these. And then I still have a chunk of that super size Rice Krispie treat that I had this morning as my pre-workout snack. So I'm gonna have that as my nighttime sweet treat. So let's see how these pudding cups are. I've had Jell-O pudding cups as a kid, but never had the rice pudding, and it was creme brulee flavor, so that sounded even better. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. It tastes good. The texture is nice. It has the rice in it, but it doesn't taste weird at all. The flavor is very mild. It's almost kind of more of like a vanilla-y flavor, but it's not bad at all. I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you it was supposed to be creme brulee, but then again, I've never had actual creme brulee, so it tastes kind of vanilla, but it's good. And then, like I said, I still have a chunk of this mega size salted caramel Rice Krispie treat from this morning. So I'm going to have that along with the pudding cup, and that will finish it off for the night with my full day of eating, incorporating rice into every meal and snack. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a like, comment on the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment below if you have any other foods you would like to see me incorporate, challenge to use in maybe a different way than you normally would think of. You know, I used rice or rice products several times today without ever actually using rice. So let me know. I'm always up for a food challenge if there's something you want to see me try to use in a new or different way. Let me know. And I will be back next week with another video.